I should be receiving my new Ford F-150 Lightning Lariat any day now, but while I'm waiting, my local Ford dealer offered me this base Pro model as a loaner vehicle. The F-150 Lightning is an all-electric version of Ford's popular F-150 pickup that's new for 2022. It comes standard in this configuration with a Crew Max cab and a 5.5-foot short bed and standard all-wheel drive. It's offered in 4 different trim packages. Again, this is the base Pro model, and then they've got the XLT, the Lariat, and the top-end Platinum model. One thing that's worth noting is that it's offered in 2 different battery packs. The standard range option is a 98 kilowatt hour battery pack with an estimated 230 miles of range. And then the extended range model offers a 131 kilowatt hour battery pack with an estimated 320 miles of range. Now you can get the extended range pack on all 4 different trim levels, but not on this Pro model unless you are a commercial customer. Then on the XLT model, which is the next step up, you have to get a $10,000 options package to qualify for the extended battery pack, and then you're paying another $10,000 for that extended battery pack. So it comes at essentially a $20,000 price premium on the XLT model. All that to say you're going to pay quite a bit more to go from the standard range to the extended range model. As far as pricing goes for 2022, the base price on this Pro model is about $42,000, and we see quite a range going up to the top-end Platinum model at about $93,000. Unfortunately, for 2023, we also see a significant price increase due to inflation and supply chain issues, driving the price up on this base model to almost $50,000, and the price on the top-end Platinum model to just shy of $100,000. Despite this being the base model of the Lightning, it's a very good-looking truck, and it comes with a hugely impressive list of standard options and features, far more than I've ever seen on the base model of any vehicle. The design is largely a carryover of the gas F-150 pickup, but this front fascia is redesigned, as well as the rear taillights, and there's a few other minor design tweaks. This grille here is going to be different on every trim model of the Lightning, this of course being the most basic looking. It does come with a 360-degree camera system, so you can see the front camera here on the Ford emblem. We've also got parking sensors in the lower bumper. And you'll see the bumper is black on this base Pro model. That, the rear bumper, and the grille are about the only things that really distinguish the exterior of this truck as being a base model. Otherwise, it looks quite nice. We do also get a more basic version of the LED daytime running lights. Other models have a strip that cuts across the top here, whereas on this model, it just wraps around the side here. Still looks really nice. And we also get very high-end LED headlights. They've got automatic brights, and they've also got the ability to turn with the steering wheel when you're on a windy road. So pretty impressive headlight design. Now the truck does come with keyless entry, and if we push this button twice, you'll see the front end is going to open up and reveal the frunk. Now this is a really cool feature to have on a pickup. I also own a Toyota Tundra, and it's always one of the challenges is where do you put things? Do you put them in the bed of the truck? Do you put them in the footwell of the back seat and, obstruct the rear passengers? Really cool on the Lightning to have this additional storage space available for things that you don't want to put in either of those other spots. So I think this is going to be a really desirable feature of the Lightning. You'll see we've got a button here for escaping if you get stuck inside the frunk. We've got plenty of outlets here, as well as USB and USB-C. And then below the floor, got some more storage space. And in that bag, we've got our charging cord. Also got a button right here that you can push to close the frunk. Now coming around to the side, another thing I'm really impressed with on this base model is the wheel tire package. For a base truck, this is a really nice looking set of wheels. I almost think it looks better than the set that you get on the Lariat model. It's got the mix of black and chrome and really gives this a more premium look than you would typically see on a base truck. Got our charging port right here on the driver's side. Mirrors have a built-in light and another camera as part of that 360-degree camera system. Another cool thing you can see from the outside here is the American flag emblem built into the dash. Nice little design cue. So we walk along the side. You'll see at the rear here we've got the Lightning lettering. Not something I'm particularly crazy about. I'll probably pull that off on mine. but it is one of the few things that distinguish this truck and help it to stand out as an electric model. I also really like the taillight design on the Lightning. I think it's got a really sleek look to it, and yet is also very clean. And once again, we got the black bumper here at the rear, with this being the base Pro model. Also got built-in camera and a light. Got our tow package with several electrical connections. And then if we open up the bed, one thing that's really nice about the Lightning is that this bed is exactly the same as the gasoline models of the F-150. So any accessories that you might have had on your gas F-150 will carry over to this truck bed. And it also means that companies don't have to redevelop a whole new set of accessories for the Lightning. You can buy accessories that worked on the gas model, and they're going to carry over to the Lightning. Over on this end, we've got a number of electrical connections. And then kind of a unique tailgate design here too, with some little places to store things. Got the built-in tape measure. Be surprised if that gets used by too many people, but points for trying, I guess. And then you'll see we've got parking sensors in that rear bumper as well. Walking along this side, the only thing that's really worth noting compared with the driver's side is that it would seem we have another charging port here. We don't. It's fake. Guess they did it for symmetry. Would have been kind of cool if you had a charging port on either side just for convenience, but I can understand that maybe being complicated to make it functional. I probably would have preferred if this just wasn't here. I think it makes it unnecessarily busy. While the exterior design on this Pro model Lightning is very impressive for a base truck, the interior is even more so. This interior is the nicest interior I've ever seen on a basic work truck. It's got a really nice looking layout to it, and it'd hold its own against some of the higher end trim packages of any truck not all that long ago. It does have vinyl seats, but they still look nice and they're pretty comfortable. And then being a work truck, it's also got the plastic floor liners. A lot of storage space built into the door. And it's got power windows, power mirrors, power door locks. It's also got an electronic parking brake. Got our lighting control here, and you can also open the front using this button here. On the steering wheel, we've got audio controls. We've got cruise control as a standard feature. And then the Lightning also comes standard with a lane keep assist function, so you can turn that on and off with this button here. And the Lightning's also equipped with automatic braking and pedestrian detection. We do get a smart key with push button start. Nice LCD screen here for the instrument cluster, and a very large 15-inch entertainment screen here in the middle. Again, mind-blowing for this being a basic work truck. We'll go ahead and push the brake and turn the truck on. And you can see on the left-hand side of the screen, it gives you your range information, some of your battery recovery. Got our thermostat down below and gear shifting information. Main menu in the middle gives us some of the vehicle information. We can adjust some settings, and we've got our speedometer there on the right, odometer down below that, and a few gauges up top. In the middle here, got a button for our backup camera. You'll see you've also got a 360-degree camera system. Comes standard on this truck. Got those parking sensors we can turn on and off, as well as automatic braking, hazard lights, cruise control. You'll see the truck is equipped with Apple CarPlay, so kind of a cool feature to have again on a base model truck. Trip information here on this side. One thing I've complained about on my Tundra is the use of a large screen. They don't really use it very efficiently on the Tundra. In the Lightning, it's a lot more efficient. It's more intuitive, and they display a lot more information here on that main screen. So we can go to audio. Truck also has navigation. We can go to charge settings, vehicle apps, vehicle settings, and features. Right here we've got our Pro trailer control knob, trailer brake controller. One thing that's also really nice about this base model of the Lightning is that all of the climate control and audio controls are separate from the entertainment system. So you don't have to mess with this to control those features. These are gonna be a lot more intuitive. So we've got our audio controls, and then we do have a dual zone climate control system here, which again, very impressive for a base truck. Down below, we've got a USB-C and USB outlet. And then over on this side, got a couple more power outlets. This side, this is kind of a cool feature. Sorry, you got to push that button. We got a little storage space up above, and then we've got our glove box down below. Gear shifter here in the middle, and that does drop down electronically. Not crazy about the sound that that motor makes, but you know, still kind of a cool feature. Little storage space here, probably for a cell phone. And then we've got a couple cup holders. Open up the center console here. We've got a removable tray with coin storage. Plenty of space down in here for lots of junk to collect. And we've got two cup holders here in the back. Auto dimming mirror up top, some reading lights, and a compartment for sunglasses. And looking into the rear seat, you'll see we've got plenty of storage space again. Cup holder, a lot of leg, head, and shoulder room. Seat bottoms do fold up. We've got lots of storage space down below if needed. Pull this strap to drop that back down. Got some vents here, bring heat and air to the rear. We've got a power outlet, USB and USB-C outlet, and another power outlet. As I mentioned, the Lightning's available with either a 98 or 131 kilowatt hour battery pack option, and interestingly, the extended range model is both more efficient and more powerful. It's got an MPGe rating of 7863 compared with 7661 on the standard range model, and it sees 580 horsepower compared with 452 that you get on the standard model. Both models offer the same 775 pound-feet of torque, and you're going to see 0 to 60 time in the 4 to 5 second range. Payload capacity is a little bit better with these standard models because they've got a smaller battery pack sitting at 2,000 pounds compared with 1,800 on the extended range. But again, the extended range model has the advantage when it comes to towing, sitting at 10,000 pounds compared with 7,700 pounds for the standard model. But one thing that is worth noting is that range diminishes significantly when towing with an electric vehicle. There's a lot to love about the F-150 Lightning, but probably one of the things that's nicest about it is how well it drives. It's incredibly smooth, quiet, comfortable. It's got great handling characteristics. And you know, given that it's got that electric powertrain, it has a very low center of gravity, so it just feels very planted. And then of course, with that electric powertrain, it's also got a huge abundance of horsepower and torque. I haven't had the Lightning in my possession long enough to really get a good sense of how the real-world range compares with the EPA numbers, but I've done quite a bit of research, and most of what I've come across suggests that those numbers are probably going to be a little bit less than the EPA numbers in real-world driving. And then I already mentioned that there's also a significant reduction when towing. What I've seen on that suggests that maybe you're going to see as much as a 50% reduction when towing, which is pretty significant, and it's going to make it really hard to travel long distances, especially with models like this standard range. So one thing to definitely keep in mind if you're planning on towing, the truck is certainly more than capable when it comes to its capacity. It's just that you're going to be stopping to charge quite a bit, or you're going to run into trouble if you're in areas that are very rural and don't have charging stations available. Now, one thing that's also worth noting, of course, is in terms of recharging, you can plug the truck into just a standard outlet at home. You don't have to have any sort of special charger to charge it. There is an adapter that comes with the truck to plug into a standard outlet. You're probably going to see somewhere between 30 to 40 miles of range added over the course of a night if you plug it in. And then of course, if you're using a fast charger, it's going to charge a lot more quickly than that. What Ford has said is that you can charge from about 15% to 80% in roughly 45 minutes. One of the things that I really love about the Lightning is that even though it's got a huge abundance of power, it doesn't feel like it's trying to drive fast all the time. It's certainly more than capable when you want it to, but I feel like there are certain other vehicles that I've driven in the past where they've got turbochargers or superchargers, you know, big engines with a ton of horsepower and torque, and it's hard to dial that back when you want to. Certainly there's a time when you want to be driving aggressively and, you know, accelerate really hard, but there's other times when you just want to be able to drive kind of smoothly without the vehicle throwing you back in the seat. And that's one of the things I really like about the Lightning, is that it's really got those two different modes where you can drive it very naturally, you know, smoothly, offer a comfortable ride for your passengers. And then if all of a sudden you want to drive fast, it is more than capable. Now, I will say that as much as I like the ride quality on this truck, it's incredibly smooth and quiet and comfortable, there is a piece of me that feels like it loses a little bit of the emotion or personality that you get in other gasoline-powered trucks. And you know, that's coming from somebody that's owned hybrids and electric vehicles before. I had a Chevy Volt, I had a Volkswagen e-Golf, and I know what it's like to drive an electric vehicle, but there was still something really weird about driving a truck that was silent. For some reason, it just seems like, you know, V8s and loud exhaust go hand in hand with a truck, and I'm sure I'll get used to driving a really quiet truck, but it definitely is going to take a little bit of getting used to, and I do feel like it loses a little bit of the personality in the process. Well, merging onto the highway is definitely not going to be a problem with this truck. It is so fast. That's 60 miles an hour already, and I didn't even floor it from the start. It's just amazing how quick it is, and of course, odd to be driving something that's so big and so bulky that's also so quick and at the same time silent. I've got to say that I think that fleet drivers are going to absolutely love the Lightning. As I mentioned, going over the exterior and the interior, there's very little about this truck that really stands out as a basic work truck. It is very attractive. It comes very heavily loaded with features. It's a really nice truck to drive. It's quiet, smooth, comfortable. It's powerful. It's got a great audio system. We've got dual zone climate control, nice seats. I mean, there is a lot to love about this truck. And I think it's interesting actually that they wouldn't have come in with an even more basic model of the Lightning. Certainly there's potential if they wanted to come in with a more basic model down the road, they could probably drop that price, and I think there would be a market for people that don't even need as much as this truck has. Not to say that I don't love driving it the way that it is, but certainly I think that there's an opportunity to cut costs if they wanted to and drop the price on this truck even further. The Lightning comes with your standard Ford 3-year, 36,000 mile warranty, but then on top of that, you get a 5-year, 60,000 mile powertrain warranty, and then an 8-year, 100,000 mile warranty on the battery and its components. So certainly should give some peace of mind for those of you that are a little bit reluctant to make the jump from gasoline vehicle to an electric vehicle. So there you have it. That's an in-depth look at the all-new Ford F-150 Lightning Pro, a very impressive truck all around, especially given that this is the base model of the Lightning. I'm very excited to get my hands on my Lariat model, and certainly a lot more content to come in the near future. If you enjoyed today's video, or if it was helpful, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And for more videos of the all-new Ford F-150 Lightning, be sure to subscribe. In the meantime, thanks for watching.